going on, everybody? Thanks for joining us here. Season 4 of the NHL Gaming World Championship. I'm Ardo Cal, the voice of GWC, and the other voice of GWC is back. Look who it is. It's Nasher. He's here. He's with us the rest of the way. We've missed you, my man. How you been?
Oh, man, it feels good to be back. We have an exciting day in front of us, Arda. The best of the EU going at it, and the voices of Chell back in action. It feels good to be back.
We are back in the chairs, and we're happy to call the action. And yes, you said it. Our first champion this season will be crowned. We've seen a bunch of clubs get sorted out in North America, but now a continent will be decided. A European champion will be crowned today as we find out who will reign supreme. And we got a very diverse crew. Usually, Finland is in full force, Nasher, in these tournaments. We've seen it time and time again, but now we have a great variety of countries represented in this field.
Yeah, it's very cool to see. We have the Czech Republic making a huge showing in this tournament, as well as some Sweden representatives as well. Going to be a fun one here, and we'll see which country and which individual can come out on top.
Let's catch you up in terms of how all of these competitors got here. Let's show you exactly how the European format has unfolded. Take a look.
This is the NHL GWC European Championship. The online open play has resulted in the top 128 PS4 and top 128 Xbox players. They have gone head-to-head in a giant online play-in where we have found the top 4 players on each console. And today, we will take you through the quarter and semifinals, and at last, the grand final, where we will find one NHL GWC European champion. That's it. Good luck on the ice to all the players.
And of course, Nasher, it's not just pride. It's not just the feeling of representing an entire continent and being a champion. There's some money involved as we take a look at the prize pool here. Take us through it.
Yeah, how about this? First place today, walking away with $12,000 US. Second place, a crisp $5,000. Third and fourth, getting 1,500 ETH each, and 5th through 8th, just for showing up, you get that $1,000 bomb as well. A good day to be an NHL GWC competitor.
Let's get to the business end of things. Let's take a look at the bracket, Nasher. This is how we got to this point. One name that people will certainly be looking at is Ents Eki at the bottom there. Of course, he is very prominent in GWC, a former world champ.
Yeah, I think especially in today's tournament, we have a good mix of old and new. There's going to be a lot of guys looking to play spoiler today and take down those GWC favorites. But all in all, shaping up to be a pretty exciting day here, Ida.
Yeah, it certainly is. And we're going to get to some of the quarterfinal action right now. The quarterfinals have concluded. We're going to show you the semifinals and the finals live here on broadcast, but we're going to tell you exactly how the quarterfinals broke down. Let's take a look at some of the head-to-head first. I think it is Nikki Dangles taking on Dzuvy.
Hi, my name is Niklas Tuki and I'm 17 years from Vantaa, Finland, and my gamer tag is Nikki Dangles. I have played NHL since NHL 09 and I have always loved hockey, so that's why I started to play the game. Before important games I like to go for a walk and listen to some music. To the other players, good luck and have fun.
So mostly business from Nikki Dangles. His opponent, Dzuvy, describes himself as a player with fast passes and a player who is strong in 1v1 situations. Before a game, he likes to take a hot bath, so it says on his questionnaire. Let's take a look at how this quarterfinal turned out. All right, let's talk through the highlights, Nasher, here. So it is Capitals and Lightning. I believe Nikki Dangles is Capitals and Dzuvy is the Lightning.
Is also important in this GWC, but it will not stop there as Nikki Dangles finds the cross crease, those quick 2-on-1s.
It's incredible to see how efficient and effective these players have been on that cross Royal Road pass. We've seen it for several years. Nasher continues to be successful in NHL 21.
Yeah, and you'll see these players do everything in their power to stop it as well, as Nikki Dangles attempted to do a manually controlled goalie there to block that on the left side, but it was not quite enough. However, he was able to bounce back. He had the lead early, he let it go, and then he comes back to bring the game tied at 3.
This one seemed to be a back and forth affair in game number 1. And they are tied at 4. And oh boy, it looks like we might get a just kidding here. And that's exactly what happened. Look at that, 5-4 with 40 seconds to go.
Oh my goodness, Dazuvi gets a goal. Will we have a comeback here from Nicky Dangles? No, we will not. Dazuvi keeping this thing rolling. He's got that 5-4 lead. Let's see what happens here in the last 30 seconds or so.
So it looks like Dazuvi took game number 1, 5-4, your final. And now we're on to game number 2.
And you know, Nicky Dangles, he feels like he has to keep this thing rolling. He lost that first game. Now he's looking to really make a statement here in game number 2. Game 1 was all back and forth action, and it is seeming to be the case again as Nicky Dangles will bury another one. Now sitting at a 4-2 game here. Big stuff from Nicky Dangles. It looked like it was getting a little scary. Obviously, losing game 1 is a big blow, but look at him just putting on the pressure midway through this game. 4-2 lead, 17 seconds on the clock. Will Dazuvi have a comeback? What a move from Dazuvi.
Lord.
With 18 seconds left, the back skate, and here comes the final seconds as he makes his way in. 3-2, he buries it, and we are tied. It looks like we're getting an overtime, Arda.
You got to be kidding me. Wait a second. Is this a penalty shot? And is that how this ended? You got to be kidding me. I don't think I have ever seen that in GWC history. If that is the case, wow, if that is the case. Let's take a look at the updated bracket here with Nicky Dangles somehow, some way making it through. So now Nicky Dangles awaits the winner of Lehmanens and X-Doomy.
My name is Erik Tammenpää. People call me Eki. I'm from Helsinki, Finland, and my gamer tag is EnsEki. Yeah, so on a day-to-day basis, I play NHL. This is what I do for a living. I don't do a lot of celebrations, but usually this finger up is one when I score, so that's probably my go-to celebration. I'm competing in this year's GWC because I love to compete, I love to win, and of course I want to prove that I'm the best. I feel like this is going to be the toughest one yet, especially since it's online. It makes a bit of a difference, but still, yeah, I'm confident and will do my best.
Let's meet his opponent here, Jamal the Man.
Hello, my name is Jimi Rönkkönen. I'm from Finland, and my gamer tag is Jamal the Man. What describes me as a player is that I like to play aggressive playing style and keep the puck a lot. My biggest strength is defense. So I'm playing against Egi next. He's a great player, but I will give my best and I hope we will have a good series at least.
All right, quarterfinal right now, number 2. Let's take you through the highlights.
Yep, you love to see that. And just talking about these two players, I think they do have, relatively different style play. Jamal said he's really aggressive. He likes to keep the puck, whereas Eki is more patient. He'll take his time and not take as many risks as we see Eki area another one on that far side. So currently a 4-2 lead here for Eki with the Toronto Maple Leafs. We will dive into their lineups further down the line as we see these players going at it. 5-2 for Eki, and let's see what he can do. Another one.
We get into game number 2 now. Eki starting off here. We've seen him lose in the most heartbreaking of fashions in the semifinals in the World Finals in year number 2 against John Wayne. So Eki has been through it all, Nasher, in this series.
That he has, yeah, and Eki continues to fight back. We just know the type of player he is. It is now a 2-2 game, but Jamal not done yet. How about 3-2 for Jamal?
Yeah, no kidding. He is taking the lead here. He does not want to roll over and fizzle out of this tournament. It is a 3-game series. You lose game 1 emphatically, but that's okay because you have more time. And there, look at that, 4-2, taking a commanding lead in the 3rd period. We are all business now. There is no hat. Full buzz cut as well for Eki. This is a new look, at least from what I've seen. But the bottle popper, look at that.
Oh, baby. Eki's fired up. I remember year one, Eki would barely even move after he scored goals, but now he's got the excitement, now he's got the energy, and you know he's feeling it with a 4-0 lead in the decisive Game 3. And you know what, Arda? Why not make it 5?
I mean, you have poked the bear with that Game 2 victory. If you're gonna win Game 2 and force this to a final decisive game, you got to come prepared. And Eki said, enough is enough. I'm a former world champ. I'm going for my 3rd European championship, and this is it. Moving on to the semifinals is Eki in emphatic fashion. Now let's take a look at the next quarterfinal. We have X-Doomy taking on Lehmanens. We're going to hear from X-Doomy first.
Hello, my name is Aaro Ruuhinen. I'm 19 years old. My gamer tag is X-Doomy and I live in Vantaa, Finland. My first NHL was NHL 2008, and since that I haven't skipped many of these game series. The plan is score 1 more goal than my opponent. If I win the fall tournament, I will of course save most of the money and spend a little bit to celebrate.
So my name is Johan Lehmann and my gamer tag is Lehmannens and I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. I would say my hockey sense is my biggest asset as a competitive player. I'm not the most mechanical player, but some way I get around and I've gotten to this stage. So I guess it's my natural feel for the game. I usually stay calm during a tight game since I just enjoy playing so much. I don't put too much pressure on my shoulders. I'm very happy that I've gotten this far and I have 0 pressure. Yeah, I'm here to enjoy the moment and usually or hopefully that's shown in my game that I'm playing relaxed and play very good on the ice.
I mean, have we just discovered the greatest hair in GWC history?
That is an incredible look right there. I think we need to get him on the broadcast, Arda. We're getting showed up here.
No kidding. I mean, my word. I'm like, man, I need a new haircut. That's what I need. It is Doomy taking on Lehmannens, and you can see Lehmannens is in representing the Wild, and Doomy is the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yep, Doomy getting things started there with a booming slap shot. We got a nice camera angle of the tats on his arms. He's getting that water. He's getting cooled down and ready to go. Here comes Doomy again, taking it up the left side, gonna find that back door. Those 2-on-1s all so deadly, so tough to stop, as we see Doomy getting off to a hot start here. But that is not it for Lem, as he's gonna come back. A nice little face-off play there, setting up in the offensive zone. Great goal there from him.
Nasher, as we see some of the highlights unfold here, I'd love to ask you something that was mentioned during those player profiles. Being mechanically sound versus having hockey sense. Lehmannen said, I'm not too mechanically gifted in this game, but I do have a lot of hockey awareness. Can you compare the two in terms of playing this, and which one really suits you better for, puts you in a better position to win championships in this game?
I think both are equally, important when it comes to the GWC, but hockey sense is everything in this game. You want to be able to break out the puck cleanly. You're setting up actual hockey plays, cycling the puck down low, holding onto the puck as long as possible, and that's something you can do without having the mechanics. Yes, obviously the mechanics help, and that's something you want to focus on as you get the hockey sense down. But first things first, I think if you want to get good at this game, figure out the hockey sense, and the mechanics will come later.
But this is a very tough game for Lehmannens. It is a 6-2 game number 1 for Doomy. Lehmannens is in a giant hole as he needs 2 straight games, 2 straight victories to move on here, and Doomy needs 1 more, but that's a good start.
That is a good start indeed, finding that cross crease through the middle. He said in his pregame interview, he's not nervous at all. He's just happy to be here. He's having fun. If he wins, if he loses, he knows that he's on the big stage and he's just here to have a good time. And we'll see if that pays off. But Doomy coming back with a beautiful pass through the center, able to find that left side. And finally, we get a nice little view of Doomy's face. Change up the camera angle for us, thankfully, going into game number 2 as he gets another goal. The booming slap shots from the points.
Well, just a reminder that the Hut Draft is unique to the NHL Gaming World Championship, and each field of 8, so the divisions in North America and the European Championship here, they all picked from the same pool in a snake draft, which means that there are no duplicates necessarily. You won't see multiple Connor McDavids on teams or Sidney Crosbys because they're all part of the same pool. So there's only one copy of Connor McDavid, for example, as we go along in the third period here. It's interesting. We were talking about the field as we see here. Actually, we should focus on this as we're getting really tight here into the third period, and we'll talk about that a little later. And Lehmanens is really holding on here. Needs one goal late in the third period, but Doomy is really, oh, look at this, getting out of his zone, and he moves into the blue line there. Oh, wow, how did he get that pass through? Incredible, well done.
Oh, looked like a little sauce. I think Doomy actually played that pretty well defensively as we're going to head into OT here. Oh, what a pass up the boards. We're going to have a breakaway. And he finds the short side bottle popper to stay alive. Lehmanens has done it. We thought he was down and out, but no. He keeps this series going, and we are going into yet again another decisive Game 3.
Unbelievable, and we'll pick it up in the third period here with Lehmanens actually in the lead 4-2 and looking to add more, and that's exactly what he does. A 3-goal lead with 4:26 to go in the third period after going down 6-2 in the first game and then winning in overtime. Can you imagine the clutch feeling there to get you to this position? And now with under a minute to go, adding to the lead, Nasher, can you believe it?
Oh man, you know he's feeling good about this one.
So this has to be an upset here, as Lehmanens is definitely somebody, like you said, who's treating this like a fun endeavor, and Doomy is somebody who has been in the scene for a very long time. We have heard his name in Europe a lot, and all of a sudden we have a major upset here. We'll take a look at the updated bracket on where Lehmanens shakes down, but now a matchup with Nikki Dangles in the semifinal, as we will now find out in our final quarterfinal exactly who Eki will be facing. So we're going to take a look at that head-to-head matchup right now. Our final quarterfinal round of 8. It will be Pepcast taking on Ekin Jr.
My name is Henrik Eklund. I'm from Örnsköldsvik, Sweden, and my gamer tag is Ekin45 Jr. I think my biggest strength as a player is my puck movement and the ability to deke and do creative stuff with the puck. I feel like I want some revenge from last year. I feel like I had a really good chance to become the European champion last year, and I fell short. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to try to win it again. Hopefully this is my year to win the European Championships.
All right, let's take a look at how this shakes down. Our last quarterfinal matchup between Pepcast and Ekin. Ekin, of course, has had some success stateside, particularly with the Tampa Bay Lightning, and he's looking to replicate that here. Great start. No world champ this year. Hopefully by next year we will be able to get back to that format. And it's interesting as we take a look at some of these highlights, and Ekin is running away with it.
Being the #1 player in all of Europe is not something to scoff at. That is a huge accolade as we see Ekin. Like we mentioned, this is what he thinks is his year. He has been practicing all year. He's played in some big tournaments. He has won some big tournaments. And man, he is continuing to just run away with this game. Cross after cross, circling around. Look at this offensive ability from him. And yes, he does have Alexander Ovechkin with that booming one-timer in the mid-slot. We're going to be seeing lots of those today, Arda.
As we continue to see the goals pile up, one side we have not seen goals from is Pepcast, and Ekin is absolutely running away with it. A 5-0 first game. Pepcast can only wonder what went wrong, and honestly it may have been nothing. It's just how dominant and impressive Ekin is in this game. And honestly, Nasher, like you said, if he has something to prove, he's proving it here as he runs away with it. 5-0 and 4-0 score lines, a aggregate of 9-0. 2 shutouts. I mean, is that a better dream start for a European Championship?
Oh, that's what you want to see. But the issue is what will happen in the next round when he faces a little bit of adversity, when some goals start going in the back of his net. We'll just have to wait and see. Big shout out to all the players, though, in those quarterfinals matchups. Obviously, we won't get to follow along with some of the storylines of those that lost. But man, they went on a wild ride to get here. Being top 8, quite the accomplishment in and of itself. And I'm sure we'll be seeing more of those players later on.
So here's the bracket. Here is where everything shakes down. Our semifinals are set. Take a look at them now. You have a heavyweight battle on one side, and a newcomer will make it all the way to the final on the other. And now we will take you to those semifinal matchups. All right, let's take a look at the matchup, the head-to-head, the tail of the tape. Our first semifinal of the day, and here they are. It's Lehmanens taking on Nicky Dangles. And first, I believe we will have Lehmanens for an interview, if that is correct. And there he is. My goodness. Lehmanens, can I just say right off the top, you have burst onto the scene here with that head of hair, man. You have the greatest hair in GWC history, so you've already won.
Yeah, exactly. That's an award I will gladly take. I will give my hairdresser a big up.
So take us through, man. You're making it to the Final Four here in the European Championship. Many people are learning about you for the first time, at least at the GWC level. So why don't you just tell us how proud you are of making it this far so far?
Yeah, well, obviously, I'm super proud to have gotten this far. I went into this year's GVC with no expectations at all, and the results have just come by, so I'm happy and enjoying the ride.
All right, Lehmanens, all the best the rest of the way. Will be very fun to call your series coming up very soon. Good luck. The semifinal is just about set. Game number 1. Remember, it's a best-of-3 series. For every series the rest of the way, you win, you move on, you lose, you go home. And our first semifinal is set. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is here. Lehmanens as the Minnesota Wild and Nicky Dangles as the Washington Capitals. The first year of GWC was almost like a shock to the system, especially for North American players. As we get our first goal there, Nicky Dangles gets on the board. Nice one-timer. Appreciate all of you being here as we crown a European champion. This will be the first champion crowned in a continent, and what a goal there. Back skates the wraparound. It's 2-0.
What a move from Nicky Dangles. And that's a 79 overall Carl Hagelin pulling off a filthy back skating wraparound. As you can see, he holds LT, turns his body, and there's just nothing that he can do to stop that one.
Trying to look for a cross-crease pass. That's stopped by Markstrom, the goaltender, dishes it away. Lehmanens looking to get on the board here. Hasn't had too many opportunities. You mentioned the low shot count at the end of the first period. I think Lehmanens hasn't had many shots in general, and just as I say that, the caster's curse, he's on the board.
Oh, Lehmanens with a beautiful spin move to set up the cross.
There's line 8 to Theodore. It's leveled, and here's Doughty now. Doughty pushing it forward for Lehmanens. Getting chased after
Nicky Dangles.
Lehmanens' players.
He's making sure that he can get that line change going. Lehmanens still has Patrick Laine on the ice. He was out there for the first 6 minutes of the game and just got changed, so he's trying to take advantage of those power plays. And Nicky Dangles
takes game number 1.
What a first game, Arda. What a first game. When Nicky Dangles, ice in his veins, able to find that corner. Looked like there was a lot going on in front of the net, but no, doesn't matter to him. He finds that corner and gets it done as we hop into game 2 of these semifinals.
All the way down to line A for Nicky Dangles. Dangles was looking for that one-timer pass and had an open net if it got there, but Lehmanens with a nice defensive effort. Here's Larkin. Larkin for Lehmanens. Scores with Pasternak, 1-0.
Oh, what a sauce there from Lehmanens as he finds it on the right side. I think that was a manual sauce from him to get it over the defender's stick.
Matthews, oh boy, you talked about tic-tac-toe. That's exactly what happened there to tie the game.
Kiitos.
Oh, 2-on-0 right now. The manual goalie, but Nicky Dangles! The fake! It looked like he was gonna make the obvious pass to the opposite side, but no, he does a little pump fake with his analog stick and finds the right side.
Across 2 periods where it looked like Nicky Dangles was in control, Lehmanens was able to make the most of the few opportunities that he was afforded. Nice space creation there by Nicky Dangles. Nice pass there. Oh, what a goal. That was a great team goal there by Nicky Dangles.
He is going all out here on offense, controlling the puck in the offensive zone, setting up those one-timers. He doesn't care if he has a 2-goal lead. He's going to play the exact same at any point in the game. As we see him kind of killing some clock in the offensive zone. The clock very important now as we get down to 9 minutes remaining here in this third period. We'll see what Lehmanen can do as he fires the shots again.
Hey, you know what that's called, Nasher? The Caster's Curse. Besser has it for Nicky Dangles. Here's Subban, the Vlasic. Evander Kane, Besser, look at that passing. You mentioned tic-tac-toe. We've been saying it a lot. That's it there. That one didn't hit the back of the net, but again, that pass, oh, that's a dangerous giveaway there. Besser has it. Besser to Miller. Miller. Evander Kane was trailing on the play behind the net. 3:10 to go. Miller scores! It's a 2-goal lead again. We got under a minute to go now. Goudreau to Natchez. One-timer doesn't fire. Here's Nicky Dangles now. Laine. Oh, Laine has a step on here, has a trailer as well. Was looking for that pass back to Matthews. 44 seconds. Lead pass for Lehmanens. It scores! Oh, he picked the corner on that, and it's a 1-goal game with 4 seconds to go. Might be too little, too late now. Lehmanens needs to get out of his own zone, and that will be it. Nicky Dangles moves on to the final. Nicky Dangles, got to ask you first. You are one of the top 2 players in Europe already, booking your trip to the final. How does that feel?
Yeah, I kind of expected it before the tournament that I will make the finals, but I'm pretty happy.
You await the winner now of Eki versus Ekin. You mentioned before this series that you've been scrimming with Eki a lot. Who do you think will win that series and why?
I think Eki will win the series, but but I don't really. It doesn't really matter who I face, because if you want to win the whole tournament, you need to win every player. So,
all right, let's take a look at the bracket. Exactly how things have shaken down. And now we will take you to the other semifinal. All right, Ekin, first of all, congratulations on all of your success in Chell. We've seen you win multiple and compete in multiple club competitions. Here you are now in a semifinal in GWC. You're facing Eki, someone you're very familiar with. What are your thoughts going into this series?
Yeah, I'm expecting a close series. I think when we have played in tournaments before, it's usually have been very close games. So yeah, that's what I'm expecting here today.
All right, let's take a look at the other side of the equation. A former world champ, 2-time European champ. You know him very, very well. He's also one of the few, if not one of the only, full-time Chell competitors. This is his full-time job. This is all he thinks about. This is his primary gig, and he has had a lot of success. All right, we're about set here for Eki versus Ekin. Eki in the blue Toronto Maple Leafs sweaters, and Ekin representing the Pittsburgh Penguins in white. Here we go. A heavyweight tussle in the semifinals in the GWC European Championship. Grabbed by Ekin. Lead pass to Rust. Loses it. Back comes Strome for Eki, trying to split the D. There's Garland. Garland and Strome at the doorstep. 1-0 Eki.
Yossi picks up the puck. 2-on-1. Rust tries to find the backhand. Looks off Yossi on the post, and Yossi steps up with a booming slap shot. And a puck chop to go along with it. So this is going to be Ekin's first opportunity on the power play. He's taken a couple bad tripping penalties in his end, but now he's going to have the power play advantage. So Eki has been trying to block the behind in that offense all day long, as here comes a 2-on-1 on the PK, and Eki buries it!
Crosby across the blue line for Eki, now looking for more. We are at full strength, and Eki makes it a 2-goal game. It's 3-1.
As Ekin's got to be shaking his head as that one snuck through two of his defenders. He even poked the puck, but unfortunately poked it directly to Eki back door. Wheeler's going to find that one in the forehand in a 3-1 lead.
45 seconds to go. Lead pass for Thomas. Thomas looking for Matthew Tkachuk, who was streaking, didn't find him. Eki has it in his own zone. 38 seconds to go. Lead pass for Olofsson, makes it, has a one-timer opportunity and score! Buries it! Tiger!
You know Eki is not going to mess up that opportunity. A 2-on-1 in the dying seconds of this game with a chance to have the dagger, and yes, he will take those.
Still a great victory for Eki. Is there anything specifically as we get to game 2 here that you want to see from Ekin?
If he can keep that going on defense, maybe set up a little bit more in the offensive zone, and again, break behind the net, that'll give him some opportunities. But how about Eki? Oh! We're right into the game, and there's the Eki cross crease. That's exactly how he scored his first goal in the last game, and he does it again.
Shout out to Super Virtas in the chat. Definitely fans of GWC for a while. Know him very well, one of the more prominent streamers in all of Finland. I think at one point he was the top streamer. Never mind that for a second. Eki makes it 2-0 with a one-timer goal.
There's Eki. He's finding that guy back door every single time.
Penalty has expired. Back to full strength. Eki just looking to dance in front of the net and actually will get there. Dangerous positioning. Nice passing there. Finally to Crosby. It's 3-0. Nasher, what do you think of my prediction? Carey Price plays the way he has, lights out, MVP caliber. If the Canadians win this series, go on to the Stanley Cup Finals, but they don't win the Stanley Cup, but Carey Price still plays as well as he has, he wins the Conn Smythe. By Eki.
That very well could be the dagger. Arda, obviously a 4-0 lead in the GWC in a game like this. You know Eki's not going to make that mistake. A beautiful backhand finish. Curling across, trying to find that back door. That will not go. 10 seconds left.
What else can you say, ladies and gentlemen? Well, there, at least he breaks the shutout. 4.7 seconds to go.
I'm not gonna lie, chat. I wanted Ekin to get on the board, okay? We couldn't have him put up a goose egg in this big game, so good to see him get a goal, a nice one at that, and a good run from Ekin. But Eki will move on to the finals.
But nevertheless, I think we actually have Ekin for an interview. And there he is. First of all, Ekin, thank you very much for doing this despite losing the series. Just your instant, immediate analysis here. What went wrong for you?
I don't think I could really get my offense going like I usually do. This defense was really good as well, of course, but I think my offense was definitely lacking, and he capitalized his chances.
Take care, Ekin. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Congratulations, man. Like, especially that second game. It felt like from the third period of the first game on, you just took control. Can you take us, was there a moment in the third period that you got confidence, or what was it that led to that dominance, especially starting from that point?
First 2 periods of game 1 was kind of checking how Ekin plays. Even though I know how he plays, GVC is a bit different. And pretty early on, I noticed that I have an advantage here. I could shut down his rushes pretty good. I feel like Ekin is the most dangerous on counterattacks. And after that, I felt like he maybe got a bit frustrated. And after I got the couple goals and the lead, luckily my defense worked.
So all the best the rest of the way, Eki.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, let's take a look at our final. We'll simply show you the head-to-head breakdown. We have 17-year-old Nicky Dangles, his first time in a major championship final, but as he mentioned, him and Eki have scrimmed against each other multiple times. Eki has been at this stage before. He knows what is at stake. He has felt these nerves before.
But we've seen Eki just completely run away with this game. That first line with the Blake Wheeler and Sidney Crosby combo working together has been unstoppable. So we'll see what can happen in this last one. We'll see if Nicky Dangles can adapt and lock that down on defense. But we know that this is going to be an offensive powerhouse kind of game, Arda. Eki, so far, hasn't really been tested too much in this tournament. He's been sticking to his game plan now. Where it's going to be interesting to see is if he's able to adapt, if he can overcome, Nicky's incredible offense. We'll see if he can get that going here in game number 1 of the grand finals. As this one's set to take away, we have Eki, of course, in those blues representing the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Nicky Dangles with the Washington Capitals. Of course, be on the lookout for Wheeler and Sidney Crosby as those two have been connecting. Oh, man, Eki! Right off the get-go, does it again! 30 seconds in. Eki did it in the last game, and he does it again.
And remember, this is it, folks. This is the final. The winner is your European champion and wins $12,000. This is a 12K series, and Eki... Oh my! Oh no!
As he throws the puck across for a cross crease, bounces off a skate and just trickles by the goal line. And there's Nicky Dangles. How about that? Looks like Eki has made his first defensive mistake all day long as Nicky Dangles takes it up the boards, finds that cross crease, and he will take those all day long.
4:40 to go in the third period. Eki holding on to a 2-1 lead. Here's Weegar. Weegar looking for dangerous, and the puck was there in front of the net, and it's 3-1 for Eki now.
Throwing everything at the net, throwing pucks across the middle, and good things are happening.
So it's going to be very difficult for Nicky to try and create something out of nothing here. Let's see if he's able to bounce back and have an answer for Eki, who's looked very strong and unforgiving. 3-1.
Oh my goodness.
4-1, just like that, folks.
It looks like Nicky Dangles went into a dive to try to prevent that pass from going through the middle.
And that'll about do it for game number 1. Eki with a 4-1 victory in the driver's seat. Taking a look at the stats from game number 1, it was definitely heavily in favor of Eki. You can see the shots, you can see the time on the attack. Over double for Eki over Nicky. Nicky was just not able to set up camp in the offensive zone, and that was definitely one of the big differences here. So here we go, game number 2. Eki in the driver's seat. Game is underway. Eki with a 1-0 series lead. Remember, he stormed out of the gates in the series against Ekin, looking to do the exact same.
It was the exact same goal to perfection. I want to see a replay comparing the two camera angles from the first game to this game.
Power play for Eki. Scores! First shot on the power play. It's 2-0.
That's one of those spots. You lose that draw, you know bad things will happen. Great Blake Wheeler setting up right on the hash marks, able to bury that top left corner. 2-0.
Blake Wheeler, assisted by number 87, Sidney Crosby. Time of the board.
These quick rushes are absolutely killing Nicky Dangles.
And that's exactly what Nicky needs to do. Somehow, some way, get back into this game, because it's all or nothing now. The kitchen sink, you got to throw it now. And here he comes. Here's Patrick Kane. Back skate. Nice pass to Laine, but Carey Price was in position. Miller has it, winds up and scores. Oh, a giveaway. Very unlike Eki, and that brings the goose egg to a halt, and finally Nicky Dangles gets on the board. So can Nicky Dangles parlay this into a terrific comeback? Ample amount of time, and there's a lucky bounce for Nicky Dangles. It is now a 1-goal game.
JT Miller, not the guy that we would expect to be the comeback king.
Here comes Wheeler for Eki. 3-2 game over the halfway point of the game. Eki scores! Regains a 2-goal lead.
He had 2 options. He waited for the perfect one, and that just so happened to be Marshawn teeing up the 1T. Suzuki, another great curl at the point. Eki not afraid to bring that puck up to the point and work it around. Up to the point, now down low. He's going to wait for Nicky Dangles to make a mistake and then find that backdoor.
Once again, is the champion of Europe. Congratulations to Eki. What else can you say, Nasher, other than complete dominance, and you can see on his face what it means to him?
This means the world. Congrats on a well-deserved championship.
He's on the screen right now. I wonder if he can hear us so we can talk to him. Eki, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Congratulations once again, the European champion. And I want to start on your journey, man. 2020 wasn't a good year to you in terms of Chell competition, but here you are now as you sit. You are the European champion. It's been a roller coaster ride. Take me through those emotions, man. How does it feel?
Hard work pays off. Was of course disappointed last year. I put fucking sorry for cursing. I put everything to this, everything. So many hours. Sometimes this week wasn't looking the best, but stuck to my gameplay. Kinda switched a few things up, but just an unreal feeling. You know, it's like, I don't know. After the first one, I feel like every single one just feels better. Even though this was online, this is special, man.
What do you plan to do with the money?
Oh, just save. I just bought a new apartment, so I'm pretty broke right now. So 12k feels good. Feels good in the bank.
That's nice. Goes towards the mortgage. Good for you, man. Very responsible of you, and you were responsible offensively, defensively in this entire series, and you have definitely earned the right to call yourself the European champion in GWC in Season 4. Adding to your many accolades, my friend, congratulations to you, and enjoy the time off.
Thank you so much. Everybody working in the GWC, big ups. I appreciate it. Arda, Nasher, great job as always. Thank you for running this tournament, NHL, from the whole community, I guess. Thank you, and yes, let's go.
And so this concludes this year's GWC European Championship. Eki is the European champion. He's $12,000 richer. Next Saturday, Nasher and I will be talking the North American Mass Mutual East Division Championships. And my goodness, the most stacked field that we have ever seen. And it will be here on Saturday. Go to NHL for more information on start times, etc. Nasher, any final thoughts?
Arda, this has been an absolute blast. We saw some incredible Chell. These EU guys definitely put on a show. And man, it's just going to get even more better from here on out as we get into the North American side of things. But big congrats to Eki on a well-deserved victory. Big thanks to everyone behind the scenes. Much more to come for the NHL Gaming World Championship.
Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll catch you next week.